Hey everyone, sorry for the slight delay on that on me actually going live here, but yeah, you guys are getting a surprise stream today. How's it feel? Just let me go to my intro real quick. Well, it's gonna be pretty standard affair today because once again, we're back in KSP, working hard our career mode. Hey, what is up, Graham? Again, once again, guys, sorry, I am horribly sorry for the slight delay in me reviewing myself, but I want to make sure that everything was good on the ad front. Because it looked a little weird and I wanted to go fix it. But enough of that. I'm going to go ahead and let's fire up the game, shall we? First and foremost, how are you guys doing tonight? I'm doing pretty darn good, if I do say so myself. And the game crashed. Wait for it to respond. If all else fails, there we go. I'm also gonna go ahead and turn down the music. I'd say around 80% is good enough. No, 85% because I have auto ducking. But I just want to make sure, and I normally don't run ads. Hey, what's up, FaZe? Dude, long time no see! Yeah, as you can tell, as if you couldn't tell, I've been busy. Very busy, actually. Be a busy time in space? Of course. It'd always be a busy time in space, my friend. But, real quick, I just want to test something on my end. So, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to run ads to see if that's going to refresh my career dashboard because my ads manager is all borked up. But don't worry, I'm just going to be firing the game up. Oh, FaZe, before you do anything else, one last thing I want to do. Courtesy of your friend. Space! Also, thank you, Graham. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and run ads real quick, just to see if that's gonna change on the ads manager. For those who aren't subbed, I will be right back. For VOD viewers and subs, enjoy the extra content. Wowee. Dude, seriously, you're welcome. Alright, ads hath been run. Let me go ahead and refresh this page. And, oh wait, I should probably get the tunes back up and running. One moment, guys. Nope, that's the song I just played. I'll just play... Let's listen to good old Harris Heller. Yeah, let's do that. I'm also going to go ahead and refresh my my career dash. Okay, we should be good to go. But yeah, I've been super busy with this whole thing. And as you can tell as of late, streams been popping off. Which that just makes me super happy. Oh, FaZe, since you haven't been around in a while, allow me to go ahead and show off what I've been working on. Remember that little launch vehicle I showed you? This is it now. I went ahead and I took Graham's advice and and limited the thrust limiter to 55%. So, and this whole thing's firing. 1.4 TWR, baby. More than enough to get us to min-miss. And I also went ahead and I cleaned up our capsule. As a matter of fact, check that out. Yeah, Icarus and Sparrow. Wow, my ads manager does not want to work with me today. Yeah, I want to go manage the stream. I want to manage the stream. Maybe if I were to refresh the whole thing. No, I actually like having you here. And I'll do that. There we go, chat. Wait. The upcoming auto ad? I ran 3 minutes. What the heck? Something always has to go wrong, doesn't it? Oh, that's why. As not scheduled. Now pre-rolls are disabled. Are you kidding me? No, I don't want ads every 30 minutes. I want ads every hour. So that you guys get the most content available. I'm going to test the Mengzu plan. Paddleboard okay. I was just going to do what they did with Mercury, but okay. You know, FaZe, I was thinking of lunar architecture. Rather, Munar architecture, and I think I need to do stuff with the Mengzu stuff, with the Mengzu inspired stuff, but I want to keep it as Apollo inspired as I can. If that makes sense, anyway. But yeah. VOD viewers, I am horribly sorry. I just want to get this figured out. Oh. That's why. Why Twitch change that? Really? They changed the layout? Twitch, why? There we go. Thank you. Yeah. Crew capsule with a current layer design. I mean, alternatively, we could have just, you know, done the Apollo program again or kept Constellation. But that's water under the bridge. Anywho, let's get this thing ready to go. Let's see. I mean, alternatively, I could just say screw it. And we just launch, but first and foremost, there is something else I want to do. Lanue, hang on, FaZe. First and foremost, correct me if I'm butchering this pronunciation. Lanue version 2 will look more Blue Moon-esque. I like Blue Moon. I really like Blue Moon, actually. Oh yeah, I decided. Activate this. Massive scale launches. Of at least 20 tons. Well, that gives us an incentive to go build MLV. And let's see what our current contracts have. So we need land probes on 3 different basins. I mean, biomes. Got it. Okay, I can do that. See, now I've got the incentive to go build MLV. Meaning, I want to go ahead and use some of our money into upgrading some of our infrastructure. First and foremost, the pad could use an upgrade. Ooh, maybe we could upgrade the administration building. But that's gonna be a story for another day. This is gonna be the next upgrade. But the good news is that we have a brand new launch pad. Chat, do you guys want me to just say screw it and launch a Kerbal in this thing? Or should we get Prospector 3 ready to go? Because I'm thinking we could probably use a launch Kerbal. Launch Kerbal? Got it. You're right, we do need crew capability. But the good news is, with the strategy just activated, we can proceed with the development of MLV. So here's what I'm going to do. Because this is Redstone-esque, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get myself set up here. A little Probodobodine. I'm pretty sure I gave the yeah, I'll give the capsule 5% of the reaction wheels we actually need. Icarus Sparrow 1. This is going to be the official uncrewed test flight. Rather, yeah, now that's the uncrewed test flight. I'm gonna go ahead and save. And I'm going to get this thing auto-shredded to the grandparent part. I'll be doing 2 launches of this. One is going to be the launch escape system test, and the other is going to be, well, an actual flight test. Remember, this is a ballistic missile. We gotta make sure that this thing can come back down. So what I'm going to do now is decoupler, or the launch clamps. I want to get these babies into their own stage. Also, I'm no longer going to be using source record for this because I have an idea for a video. That engine bay. Oh, this one? I use DJ's method and just use the modular girder segment. And these 2 engines here, the Spark engines, they're Vernier engines. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm getting this thing ready to launch. Just let me make sure that's nice and center on the pad. I can confirm it is. Hmm. Hang on, I need to auto strut this to the heaviest part. Oh god, please, please don't explode. Jeb, what are you doing in here? Okay, for bloopers like this, even though I said no reverts, I'm going to allow reverts. For situations like that. I was gonna use ads a little more, for a little longer. Nope, I clicked the wrong one. But Jeb will be our first pilot. Cool, nobody's on board. Now let's launch. Alright, we got a redstone. Yeah, this is also technically our delta, but don't worry about it. Just, seriously. It's gonna hurt you. It's gonna hurt you a lot longer than it should if you do think about it more. See? Now it's starting to hurt you. Oh, right, Yep, I also emptied one of the fuel tanks to improve TWR. And 3, 2, 1. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. Good roll program. Pitch over. I'm not sure if the real redstone did this, but at this point we kinda sorta need a better way of controlling our rockets, so okay, what's our apogee looking like? Good, good, good. We're not gonna have enough fuel. Crap. Crap. Oh well, at least it was worth a try. Well, may as well test the launch escape system. Well, that was, yeah, that was an awful lot of solid propellant. More than I thought. I'm not sure, FaZe, but I'm gonna have to double check. But this is clearly going to need to get a redesign. That's clearly going to need a major redesign. Which, we're gonna do this right now. Also, for the saw propellant, 40 units, we only need like what? We only need like 4. There we go. You know what? This looks nicer. Let's go again. Also, I'm going to be adding all this fuel. Okay, let's try again. We're gonna take a mulligan on that launch, chat. I know I said no mulligans, but here I think we kind of sort of need it. Now, the might. But at least you know that the launch escape system works. But these also clearly need to go and just say another tick. Crew, yep, you're empty. Let's launch. I'll do this before the next ad break to reset the timer to make sure it lines up correctly this time. Oh, actually, I'll just do this. So now I'm over here. Oh, I just noticed that. I'm also going to enable these control surfaces. Let's launch. Roll complete and pitching. You just hear it just tapping away like a madman on the keyboard. Okay, this is not a very pretty launch escape system tower, but it's the best I can come up with, what I have currently. Well, at least the rocket itself works. Easy. Easy now. Come on, baby. Come on. Yeah, we're not gonna make it. We're not gonna make it. We're not gonna make it. we're gonna need a much steeper profile, so I'd say cut the engine and abort. That's where I like it. Well, gotta say, for ballistic missile, she works like a charm. It's only 11 kilometers to the space center. My rule is that within 10 kilometers or so, is that it exceeds 10 kilometers, I have to pay a small fee. 10.6, that's close enough. Plus, we got the money to spare. Always stupid suborbital stuffs. Kerb's atmosphere is nice like that. Well, I just found out the hard way. Restaurant was pretty cheap. Well, I designed spare to be pretty cheap as well. So I'm just gonna go ahead and recover the vessel. I'm just gonna dock 50,000 funds from my from the budget, because I have to pay the recovery fee. But the good news is, nice. Alt F12. Oh, what's that in the distance? I think that's the launch escape tower. The core stage? May as well recover it. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and dock 50,000. Oh man. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Alright, let's build another one. Here, I'm just going to enable the control surfaces right out of the gate. Hit save. Wait. Save. Then launch. In the meantime, I will go ahead and run the ads. For subs, well, you get extra content. VOD viewers, same deal. But for live viewers who aren't subbed, don't worry, don't go anywhere. I'll see y'all in a bit. Ads hath been run. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do the final launch checks. Ooh, while we're at it, let's go back up and chat. It's the pad abort test? I mean, That's not supposed to happen. Upon abort? Actually, not a bad idea. If I disintegrate, I know exactly what you mean. We'll go to the abort action group. Click this, deploy. Save, and let's try again. Before everyone else decides to come back. All right, this is pad abort test 2 in 3, 2, 1. I mean, the capsule survived, but it's clear we're going to need more SRBs. Also, FaZe, good call, dude. "14 seconds. 14 seconds, that's all we need. Though once we get the Separatrons, this is not going to be an issue going forward. Might be a bit much, Graham, but we must try it. Oh, hey guys, welcome back. Good news, I got the ads fixed. Even better news, potentially, thanks to FaZe and Graham, we got the launch escape system fixed. So this is pad abort test 3 in 3, 2, 1. Good call, guys. Really good call, actually. Now, we could do the orbital test, rather the suborbital test. So we get 8 to 10 in the prop levels. Let's go with 8, and that... I'll go with 8. 9 seconds should be more than enough. Check TWR, we're good. Alright, fellas, let's fly. Hopefully, this should yield more fruit. A lot more fruit. Alright, SES is on. Engine chill has started. T-minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff. We're not going to touch anything yet. I want surface velocity to hit 100 meters a second. In the meantime, I want my GUI. Getting the pitch over. She's holding steady, chat. There we go. Yeah, I made the right call on those fins. They're holding steady. Max Q. I know it's late to do this, but now I'll do the roll program. Yeah, I'm aware, Graham, but I'd like to do it anyway because why not? It's just fun. Hang on. Yep, this is the retro config. Oh, what's that? Oh, they were in a constant spin? Oh yeah, like that. Hang on. Oh, that's bad. So we're going to need more SAS wheels. Let's kick it just a little further up. Good news is that we're being stabilized by the atmosphere now. 100 kilometers downrange, not bad. But it's also clear that the capsule needs a little more help. Yeah, it's just the range of the suborbital test. That's correct. Maybe on the deorbit module, I could add another pair of thrusters to help out the How about the capsule? As well as some roll control thrusters up here. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. The retro pack. Remember the thing that was at the bottom of the Icarus capsule? That was supposed to be my retro pack. But once again, overall, mission success. We know the drill by now. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to dock 50,000 funds. Neat. Anywho, yeah. We know the drill by now. Go to cheats. I lost count. Frick. We're around here, chat? Yeah, we're around here. No, wait. This seems more right. You know what? Yeah. New rule. 100k of recovery per every 2 flights. If I am more than 10 kilometers away from the space center. But now. 10? 20? 30? 40? 50. There we go. Fortunately, I can stabilize this. And I'm also going to go ahead and redo my staging a tiny bit. What did Issa do this time, FaZe? Actuation. Oh, that? Okay. In the meantime, let's get back to what I'm doing here. Which is fixing Icarus. So this will be the second uncrewed flight test. At the same time, we can just get to doing MLV. Which this config of Sparrow isn't going to last long. Maybe should have recovery just be 100,000 funds. But I'd really have to manage my budget. off. Go ahead and take a look at my telemetry data. I'm just going to keep the rocket in that position. Max Q.
Boosters in ignition.
Hey, Dallas. Hey, Dallas. Thanks for the follow. All right. We are at 40 kilometers. Well, good news is we can do this. And we just propel ourselves up to 70 kilometers, and voila. We've done it. Welcome to space. All right. All right. That's the that's our service module jettisoning away. There's the mun. Bro Rose, hey! How are you, dude? Long time no talk. And thank you. We're just doing an uncrewed test flight. Hey, Graham. Good news. After stage separation, everything works perfectly. And chute is now armed. Slight reentry effects. We are 84 kilometers downrange, but we crossed the carbon line with it. And now we are just descending back through the atmosphere. Shoot. Now the chute's deployed. This is, for all intents and purposes, a successful test flight. So, we should be good to go for the, for a proper crewed mission. Oops, sorry. I was clicking on switch chat. However, once we get into more orbital missions, recovery shouldn't be a problem. But here, I'll be deducting 100K after the next mission, so every 2 flights. But now, it's time. Who's going to be the first Kerbal in space? I've chosen... Hey, what's up, it's Jord. I was thinking Jeb, but at the same time, wouldn't it be cool to have Bob be the first Kerbal in space? Because think about it. Why put a couple of science experiments on there? Unless, maybe it should be Jeb. Yeah, Jeb. Icarus Sparrow 1. You might be wondering, okay, Nova, why do you have these 2 docking ports like this? Simple. If I ever want to build up more infrastructure and actually integrate it like what EJ does, I have an option to. I have the option to. But for now, that should be good enough. I'm cool with overwriting it. Let's launch. Actually, okay. I'm thinking 100K per 2 missions for the main vessel we're trying to recover. Anything else, like say leftover stages, I could recover those for free because I'm cleaning up after myself. Fair? First and foremost, Jeb, we need a crew report. What do you mean? The hatch is right there. Or actually, a crew report. Overwrite it. Now let's transmit that. Engine chill has started. No, I'll add a little more reaction wheel. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have liftoff. On Icarus Sparrow 1, the dawn of a new era. Alright, we're picking up the pace. Pitch over. Vehicle now headed downrange. Let's see, how's Jeb doing? Data has now been transmitted. Alright, we're supersonic. Apogee is now increasing rapidly. Activate the retro pack for a tiny moment. Ensure that we can cross the carbon line. "88 kilometers should do it." What a beautiful view. Science has now been transmitted. We got the science from space, guys! Approaching apogee. Service module jettisoned. RCS off. Chute is now armed. Entry in 20 seconds. Aero GUI coming back up. Entry in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, 2 times faster than the speed of sound and increasing. Dynamic pressure, 2 pascals. And climbing. Is that Minmus? Surface velocity, 900 meters per second. Spacecraft systems are nominal. All right. So far, so good. A little toasty, but we got it. Ooh, G-forces. Chute deployed. Aero GUI going back on. And with that, we got our first Kerbal in space. All Jeb has to do is survive the landing. Where's the space center? We are 95 kilometers away. Wow. Well, chat, we know the rules. It's been 2 flights. Time to pay up the, time to pay up our 100 grand. Oops, sorry. I was messing with the chat again. So I'll go ahead and recover our capsule. And we've sent back tons of good science data, too. So, mission success. I promise, Roros, I promise. Still, this is gonna hurt. Ow. Okay. I think we only needed one suborbital test. Huh. Well, we've got Menmis probes ready to go. Yeah, I say let's get the strategy taken care of first. So, let's go develop MLV. Ow. Sorry, my ears just a little messed up with my headphones. There we go. Okay. I have a good reason for this, by the way. Because I'm building the whole thing out on a jig. Actually, I'm going for something more Atlas Centaur derived. Do I have absolute snap? Yeah, baby. Because we gotta get 18 tons up to orbit. Alright. God, I love test shot starfish so much. Okay, what do I want to use as my, Oh, who am I kidding? Yeah, docking port. Disable the crossfeed. Let's go to payloads. I'm gonna get the interstage built out. Let's see. How do I want this thing to work? Structure will go off for now. I need 4 of these tanks. This is going to be the thrust structure that I want to leave alone for the time being. I'll get these things auto-threaded grandparent part. Because we're going to be encasing these in a fairing anyway, so... I'll go ahead and grab these rulers here. Swap these around. It's 2.5 meters wide, so... Wait, that's 2.5 meters wide? Let's take a quick look. That's more 2.5 meters wide. That's like 3 meters. Hang on. Let me reroute it. Let me reroute to this. Let's take a quick look. So I'm gonna have to add a half a meter. If what I am seeing is correct. Okay, cool. So I'll use you as the base. That's 1.5. Hey, T-Man. Welcome to the chat. MLV. We're building an MLV. We just had our first successful crewed mission in career mode. And I'm using Strategia, so we need to get payloads out to the Mun and start our first landings, as well as get our orbital flights in. Let's see. No, wait, you're 2.5 meters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 3 meters. As you can see here, T-Man, I'm borrowing EJ's method of building everything out on jigs. So admittedly, I could probably simplify this a lot. Yeah, I'm going to simplify this with a decoupler. Oh, but I do want to plan if I'm going to be making a landable version. But if I were to make a reusable MLV, I'd rather just start from scratch. Better not risk it. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because you're working on real life. Oh yeah, dude! Congrats on the job at the gig at ULA. Dude, I am envious. You actually get to work on this stuff in real life. Vulcan engines are neat. Why must you do this to me? I freaking love the BE4 so much. Oops. This is what EJ does. Oh, like what I'm doing here? I want to make sure we have a nice 1, 2, 3. T-Man, I'm not sure if you actually could be working on this, but dude, it's ever too late until 45 to pursue a degree. You know, I am thinking of going for a master's. Maybe in software development. Who knows? Not 1, 2. Maybe easier for me to move this up. FaZe, I'm good with staking in the States. But thanks for the offer. They'll definitely try to come to China to visit. Plus, I got all my family here in the United States, dude. Well, we get to have fun on Friday. T-Man, I am so freaking envious of you. Fair. Redacted is very... Okay. Okay. Jealous much? We were trying to close the... Hey. Graham, I mean, we can take the Looney Tunes approach and just dig through the earth. Just dig a hole for the U.S. Southeast to China. What could possibly go wrong? No. You dig into China, just go... Where am I? Ah, shit. I knew I should have taken that left turn at Albuquerque. That's one of my favorite gags of all time from Looney Tunes. God, I love it so much. Well, I'd much rather over-engineer this thing. Yeah, I think that's wide enough. Because remember, we gotta fit this thing inside the engine bay. Nothing wrong with over-engineering? Well, T-Man, you should know. Rather you do know because you used to work at SpaceX. So yeah, I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm going to stretch this even more off its jig. Actually, we'll go ahead and take that. Actually, we'll go ahead and take this through. Right. I forgot. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to save this as delete me later. And I'm going to make the new file. So, new. MLV master craft file. And what I'm going to do now is, and I learned this trick from EJ, save view, open. I'm going to merge. You get to... You will make me so mad, T-Man. No, I'm serious. No, but I'm kidding. Dude, you're gonna kill it. You're gonna freaking kill it. I'm so freaking happy for you, man. Seriously, congratulations. I'll be sure to stop by your stream at some time, too. But first, we gotta get this interstage done. Grandparent part. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to save this now. And before I continue, everyone go follow T-Man if you aren't already. Dude's an actual aerospace engineer, and from what I could tell by browsing on his channel, he posted pretty good content there that's worth a watch. So, go check him out, hit him with a follow, maybe hit him with a sub, and we will see you guys over there. But as for now, back to making this baby. Again, another one of EJ's tricks. We can get the exact size I want. I'm going to try this out for now first. What I'm going to do is actually, because we're using a Poodle engine, why not just, you know, bring in the Poodle engine? Center you up. Get you offset here. Brandenburg. Fairing expansion is going to go off. And what I'm going to do here, or for the sake of things, okay, yeah, first and foremost, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that strut. And I'm going to add the next docking port. Disable the crossfeed. I'll just make sure you are aligned. You're aligned. How will you fit? So something closer to say that. So it's something closer to that. Ah, Fogberg. Be out there for Falcon 9. Wait, you worked at Falcon 9 team, man? That's awesome! Let's see. This looks like a good enough fit. Pre-orders worked on every single vehicle for SpaceX. No Dragon, eh? But then again, if you're gonna have to work on Dragon, you better be crazy. Hang on, before I get carried away. What I want to do here is I want to go pairing point to docking port.
Docking ports by UA.
Sorry, that was my phone. Fortunately, you're on absolute snap. Well, now you are. Ads are going to start in 10. Falcon 9, Falcon Heavy. That's awesome. Oh, yeah. And the last thing I want to do is to run 4 more of these from docking ports to fairing. And to make sure that alignment's the same. Maybe Craftswork was right by getting the WASD camera editor. There we go. Now that decoupler should be super strong. And the rest of this will be for the aft skirt. But I will go ahead and edit my fairing a tiny bit. Or actually, nah. Let's do something fun. That's gonna be our aft skirt. We're gonna keep this thing nice and simple. Oops. Wait. Ugh. You hugged 1058. What the hell? T-Man, have you ever stopped to wonder that you might be one of the luckiest men alive? You lucky son of a gun. Yeah, I know what's going on here. So, ferry expansion. I would like for you to go off? Go ahead and edit my fairing. There we go. Fairing closed. Oh, and to have some fun with this. Boom! Stainless steel, baby. And there. All I have to do is just move you up just a smidge. That's good enough. Yeah, I got to stand underneath the first starship stack. Yep, I saw that. You're out doing Falcon 9 recovery, so you're on the boat recovering the drone ship and towing it back, and then went to the propulsion engineer. Dude, that's insane. That's actually insane. Oh, speaking of stuff I need to do. I'm gonna get rid of these for now. Yep, I believe it's counting this as the height and this is width. So, yeah. That's basically 3 meters. It's also counting the cubic octags. Some pretty insane things. Except clean the trash. Oh, I am horribly sorry you had to clean up after 1058. What? DM2's booster tipped over. Build another one. let's see. And to help enforce the, ooh, that is tight. A little too tight for my liking. Let's see. You're treating yourself as... Oh, that's how the trick is done? Yup, you build it on jigs. Well, that's the way I learned from EJ. You build the whole rocket on jigs. You can tell someone's jealous. Whoa. Yeah, T-Man, faces of one of your viewers who's wondering, how the hell is Nova so good at stuff like this? Well, well, fortunately for you, FaZe, you get to see my black magic firsthand. Yeah, the look I'm going for is Atlas Centaur. Okay, this is done. I'm going to figure out how rockets get funded in a build that I do building them in Kerbal. Okay, you know what? Fair enough. Meanwhile, I'm more of, let us have our fun, damn it! Anywho, I'm gonna go take a quick break, and I'm gonna go ahead and run some ads real quick. For those who aren't subbed, don't worry, I'll be right back. But you can also take this as a chance to go stretch. For subs and VOD viewers, you guys just get a nice little intermission screen real quick. And, yeah, I will be right back. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the Space Tunes. We're back, chat. Alright, let's get back into building this thing. I thought about this, and I know how I want to build the thrust structure. I want this engine here. And the engine I'm deciding to use is... yeah, this skipper. This fairing will not be staged. That's the interstage fairing. And... fairing, not staged. Now, you guys are probably thinking, Nova, that thing is not strong enough. And, well, you'd be right. You make me so jealous. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Because these are going to be radially attached. And I want to run some struts from you to you. T-Man, stop it! Stop it! You're making me jealous! What are you gonna do next? Kiss a BE4? Oh, I'll be sure to hit you up, because I'm pretty sure I got a lot of questions to ask. Actually, I think I got a question to ask you right now. T-Man, what is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow? Come on. I'm waiting. Okay, you're clearly clueless. The correct answer would be, it depends. European or African swallow? I don't know that. It's from Monty Python and the Holy Grail. What you guys want to know is one of my favorite movies of all time. Bruh. What? Oh, right, you guys want me to show up and go back to building rockets. Okay. You know, I'm trying to make this thing more Atlas Centaur derived, but it kind of looks like a Delta 4 stage. Honestly, you're lucky. You get to do the real life stuff. Okay, you guys are probably thinking this. Nova, that TWR is way too low. And you'd be right. For now, at least. You see this? I just need another jig real quick. Yeah, I'm adding 2 more engines. I'm simply going to be building them out. Nozzles. See, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to merge. You know, this kind of does look like a good Delta 4 core. I'm gonna save this for later. While I'm at it, let me go grab another jig real quick. This is gonna be for my second stage. There's a tonnage capability through this vehicle. We do have a deadline for 18 tons to LKO. Which, yeah, that's where Saturn 1B levels, but we kind of need something that can also, well, get to orbit reliably. And also be able to yeet stuff to the mun flawlessly. But yeah, 18 tons is our target.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things. Not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
All hail the Mod Father! All hail the Mod Father! All hail the Mod Father! What is up, Linux Guru Gamer? How are you, my friend? Everyone, if you aren't already, go follow Linux Guru Gamer because, I'm actually gonna pause the music with saying this. So I'm able to. Just give me 1 second, guys. There we go. You know how, you guys know how Kerbal Space Program has such a really good mod scene? Yeah, a lot of that work is traced back to Linux Guru Gamer. Or as we all like to call him, the Mod Father. And that is a title he has earned throughout this game's lifespan. So Linux, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for everything you've done. As you can see, I'm putting all of your tools here to good use. So if you guys aren't already, please go follow the Mod Father. He absolutely deserves all of your love. As for me, I am already following him, and I better get back to building my rockets. So, tunage, please. But there's a rocket here. There absolutely is a rocket here, Buria. I'm sorry, Burakuri. Also, how are you doing? And welcome into the stream. As for the inspiration, Burr's fine. I'm doing great. Great! That is wonderful to hear. As for the inspiration for this rocket here, I've decided to go ahead and base this baby off of good old Atlas Centaur. But Linux, seriously, again, thank you so much for the raid. That's 2 raids within 24 hours I've gotten.
Boosters in ignition.
Buria, thank you for the follow. I'm sorry, it's just, I'm blushing right now. I'm blushing. I just feel so immensely blessed ever since I picked this back up. I decided to delve way deeper into content creation. Just, thanks. Especially with KSA on the horizon, I need to get ready. I need to get ready fast. But this time, for hey T-Man, you know, I live in the southeast now. I'd be more than willing to drive all the way out to Florida and meet up for a lunch. I wouldn't hate that, says the guy. This guy is Pie's voice at the same time. Says the guy. Says. I mean, hell, we can talk to a couple of our other friends, and we could just turn this thing into a party. Plus, I know Vulcan's going up in the USSF 106 mission. Yes, USSF 106. That is slated to launch next month. Sorry, the raid threw me. Damn it, Linux, that raid threw me off my goal. Because you know what? Oh, yeah. No, hang on. Oh, yeah. It's all come together. I love the Emperor's New Groove so much. Anywho, back to making rockets! Actually, wait, I have an easier way. Gotta go. Good night. Thank you so much, Linux, for everything. And thank you for the raid. And have yourself a very, very blessed evening. And take care, my friend. And you're always welcome to stop back by anytime. If you when I want to go live next, feel free to hit me with a follow. But as for me, back to work. In fact, I have a way of making this a lot easier on myself. First, I want to get rid of these. Save the Mastercraft. Open. Also, I'm going to delete that later. I'm going to delete that. Let me go to MLV Mastercraft. Merge. Go ahead. Like to left click, Alt, A. That worked. Also, for these, I could probably make them a little skinnier. What I'm going to do now is click on this Let's click on this. scrap, save. Man, this price tag is coming up fast. You know, down the road you can do a tri-core version of this. That's true. That is absolutely true. Though, I'd rather try to keep the requirements pretty standard. Yeah, I'd say fairly standard. Let me go ahead. I wanted to grab a copy of this. Go ahead. Actually, 1, 2. That should be long enough. See. How do I want to do this? Okay, I got it. I got it. What I'm gonna do is throw this out. The mastercraft file. And I want to go ahead and create a new one. What I'm going to do is... let's see here. Modular girder segment. Open. MLV, port, and starboard engines. I'm going to go ahead, merge. I'm going to do a little trick from before. Oops. I copied. I meant to... left click. Alt. Boom. We should be good to go. So now, also while I'm in here, this wouldn't be the worst idea. Ooh, that was not a good idea, actually. Right, because you're attack. Well, chat, I tried. Shut up. Shut up. I'm just gonna go back to building MLV now, T-Man. You lucky son of a gun. But you know what? For an interim solution, I might actually take your idea of a modified core stage version, tri-core version of MLV. But the thing with MLV is, it also has to be, well, affordable. Because remember, career mode. How long have I been going? Julio. MLV Heavy or aka Delta 4? I know Atlas 5's name in development was MLV. You know what? You know what? I think I think I made the core stage too wide. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the new engine section. I'm going to slim it down a tiny bit. Or I could go with a smaller engine section. Yeah, I could probably go with smaller fairings now that I'm thinking about it. Until I have redesigns. I mean, if you want a good idea, T-Man, which, you know, for the sake of this, I'm just going to save continue. See all these versions here? Yeah, all that's related to SLV. I had a lot of versions of SLV. Which granted, a lot of Prospector 2 and Prospector 3, those were actual missions that launched. Sorry, just had to cough a tiny bit. So yeah, maybe doing a second version of MLV, second pass on the fairings for MLV isn't a bad idea. So let me go ahead and open up the Mastercraft file. Yeah, I actually like how the fairing design is on this thing, but that's your real life engineering brain. And I can't blame ya. I tried to get as close as I could. Yeah, to me, I think it's a little too wide. For, for all intents and purposes, I'll switch this back to white real quick. Yeah, yeah. I can definitely tell because that's 2.5. It's like what, 5 centimeters? Actually, we could get a better idea. But I feel like this engine section is a little too big for my liking. Too big and not enough engine. I think it's too big because remember, I'm trying to go for 3 engines phase. Yeah, see? That's a lot of space in between that. Well, great, it could allow me to strut up the better strip the fairings to the and yeah, this is absolutely based off Rocket Guy's Minerva rocket. Let's try something. Oh, baby, baby. That looks clean. That just looks clean. Yeah, this just feels a little too this just feels unnecessarily big. Well, great, so I'm going to be clustering them together. Report orbit engines. Hmm. I mean... Hang on. Let me try something. Alright. Get rid of the jigging. Yeah, see? Too big. That's way too big. Or rather... But... The, core stage enough... At its current dimensions... You try smaller fairings? Hang on. MLV... Core... Test. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to save it and... Oh yeah, see? Wait. Guys. Pump the brakes. I got my 3 meters. So yeah, we're good to go. Meaning this is good to go. So I'll switch you back to white. You know, I kind of like the stainless steel at the bottom. So maybe it's just the port and starboard engines need to have another way. Because this is good enough. I'll reopen the port and starboard engines. I want to keep that for reference, right? But here, I think it'd be a better idea to directly attach this to that. Because remember, we also have to get the thrust structure ready to go. And I believe I do have a better way of doing this. Which... You know what? I will be using T-Man's approach. Let's see here. Payload fairing. Yeah, yeah. One point two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Who do we appreciate? I'll see myself out. See, fairing state, auto strut, auto strut. From there, I will go ahead and I will build myself a fairing. Nah, that's too big. I'm sorry, how did Atlas Centaur do that? Okay, okay. So it's a smaller fairing. Wait, if it's 2.9 meters. Wait, wait, they're getting offset. They're getting offset. So it's only so it's only half of that. Which is in actuality, a 1.5 meter wide fairing. So it is better to build with what I had before. All right. Yep, I actually like that fairing position there. These fairings are super strong. Oh god, it's got thunder thighs. Kill it! Kill it! It'll go right up to his thighs. My thighs? And then blow up. Before I do, I have to go ahead. And I want to go and yeah. Sorry for the stuttering there. I'm trying to think about exactly how I want to do this. But yeah, bearings, thrust structure. Cool, you're nice and straight. Even though auto strut is on. And I'm also going to make sure that these fairings are strengthened with one another. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. You actually get to play KSP for the first time forever? Hey, finally. Well, after working in the industry for so... Quite a while, T-Man. You finally get to play it for the first time forever. How does it feel? Alright, that's the thrust structure. So what I'm going to do now is open up the MLV craft file. Good, but rusty as hell. Well, you've earned it, dude. Yep, I want to go ahead. Save. Let's open up the MLV Mastercraft file. Yep, that's the main tank. That's my aft skirt section. If I'm here... I'm gonna save, open. I want to merge. Is it supposed to look like that? No, it's not. I know that's pointing the wrong way. Let's see, fairing expansion off. Fairing expansion is gonna go off there. You'll be going back on. And now... Snap is going back on. I'm not sure how I feel about this. One thing I do know how to feel about, though, is with these actuation toggles. Roll's gonna go off for the center one. As for these, actually, that's pretty good. Although I am not sure how this thing's going to withstand. See, much better. We have a fully fueled Centaur on top. Nope. I want silver here. And I want white. This is a chunkier Atlas Centaur, but... Actually, no. Black and white. Maybe. Nah, I like silver. Nah, black and white. Oh, crap. I forgot center thrust is right there for the skippers. Though, static fire may not be the worst idea in the world. Okay, I'll go ahead and I'll delete the jigs. Center thrust. Switch the editor. You do a stack fire? Yeah, honestly, this is a good idea. And to keep our testing data consistent, auto strut, electrical, 2 batteries, and 4 solar panels. And I would like to strut these to the fairing. Oops. Well, we have some good news. This could fit vertically within the VAB. Auto struts. I'll have that auto strut to the heaviest part. And let's static fire. Normally I would be streaming Friday, but I have company flying in Friday. So, you guys are getting an extra stream today. Engine chill. Hey T-Man, did I do this? Did I do the static fire right? Because it looks like I did. Because I'm trying to replicate the loads in flight. And I think it's safe to say that the core passed the test. But I am going to recommend a couple changes. Namely, we have to strengthen the fairings so that they don't drift during launch. Which, while I'm doing that... Did I not save it? Dang. I didn't save it. Oh wait, it's right here. Well, guess what I could do? Now I could just overwrite it. Because it put this back into the jig. Grant Kerbal really doesn't like you restrutting stuff. Rather rerouting stuff. But the good news is the core is ready to go. How long have I been streaming? 247? Nice. And I'm feeling pretty freaking good, if I do say so myself. But if the viewers just joining in, don't worry, I'll keep going just a little while longer. But good news is that MLV is basically ready for flight. However, I just need to re-strengthen the core stage a tiny bit. So while I'm doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and run ads. For VOD viewers, you can see the whole thing, but for viewers who aren't subbed live, I'll see you guys in a bit. But for sub viewers, hey, how you doing? What I'm gonna do is I'm going to strengthen the thrust structure down here. What the? I did not want that to happen. Don't save. Reopen the mastercraft file. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm going to move these out of the way. Unless... Oh. They're already strutted. Wait, they're already strutted? I don't recall placing those struts there. And that explains why. Let's see. I'm fairly certain that these... What the? Deal with you later. Alright, let's see. And we're back. And I loaded the wrong file. Yeah, I tried shaking this, but it backfired royally. Because when I tried bringing this thing into the mastercraft file, yeah, the fairings kind of got borked. Rather, the strutting got borked. Which is telling me that we should probably pursue a simpler design. A much simpler design. You see the fairings aren't faring well? No, the struts aren't strutting well. Because when I imported these from a separate craft file, the fairings decided not fairing. But that's going to be a problem for another day. And speaking of another day, we do, in fact, have stream tomorrow. For viewers who just joined, my apologies, but for me, it's getting a little late. Hang on, sorry, I was just trying to find the right scene I wanted to end this off on. But yeah, man, we had a good day on stream today. To Linux Guru Gamer, the mod father. Thank you so much for the raid. For all the new followers and new subs, thank you guys so much for your time. It really means a lot. It was good making you jealous, Nova. Oh, shut up, T-Man. And thanks, Ifer. Thanks. But we've got a good party going now, so I want to see who we could raid and keep the KSP train going. I know none of these guys. Ooh, I do know this dude, though. Let me see who else is streaming that I'm following. No, not VTubers. I guess it's a long shot, but maybe? Nah. You know what? Yeah, I've decided. Oh, hey, Flex4, what's up? Let's raid your Dorito. Hang on. I got it. He's doing Kuiper coverage right now. For those who aren't aware, a Falcon 9 is going up tonight with Amazon's Kuiper satellites. So I think it'd be a good idea to go over to him before EJ starts his broadcast for a tiny bit. But that's going to do it for me this evening, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic night, and take care. Later! Oh, hang on. I want to do the cool thing.